Well, a month's worth of content based on one conversation. How do you want to approach this? You want to share your screen?
Yeah, I'll share my screen and I'll start with actually just a blog on my website, which is not particularly an interesting way to start a podcast, but I wrote these steps that I think everybody needs to see, and then we'll walk through how to actually do them. All right. So this was my blog post on how to stop wasting ChatGPT and get 9 times the effort out here. And we're going to walk through these steps in what I do today and what I do for my clients and stuff at Avenue 9. And this is how you build a month's worth of marketing from one conversation. First, you got to start with a good conversation. A podcast like this, when I work with clients, I'll interview their founder, their top salesperson, their best client, sometimes partners and vendors. And we just start by collecting all of this information in an interview. Depending on what you want the output to be, I like a video interview. Zoom is just fine. It's got an AI transcription and call recorder. You can share the screen like we're doing here. You can have an easy conversation between one or multiple people. And when we create this long format thing, it sets us up for what I call degenerative AI. So everybody thinks about generative AI. I'm going to take this one sentence prompt and I'm going to turn it into a month's worth of marketing. That's a really bad way to get bad marketing because you're only giving it one sentence worth of context and then you're asking it to create pages and pages of stuff. But if we take pages and pages of an interview and a conversation we had, and then we ask it to whittle it down into a really cool tweet or a LinkedIn post or something else, then we can create some cool stuff. This is part 2 is we use AI to take the transcript and synthesize all of that stuff. Then if we've done our work and told AI about who we are and what we do, we can multiply the format. So we can create sales pitches in a minute. I'll show you that. Onboarding materials, social posts, email campaigns, images, podcasts, training modules, anything that we need. And we get better at this. We can set up a system where we can have some of these things automated. And we'll see how detailed we can go today. But first, I'll show you kind of what it looks like. And then we'll go through and talk about how to set these up in a repeatable system. Does that sound fair?
Yeah. So make sure you have enough, the volume of content that's needed to actually create a month's worth. Don't just give it a couple sentences or a couple prompts and let it go wild.
Yeah. And if you need help stretching that out, AI is really good at that too. So it happens to be in my expertise in radio and being a podcast interviewer for the 20 years. We can ask some questions and we can go in deep. And I know how to drive until I get to the meat of an issue. But if you don't, just go and ask ChatGPT, type in the question. We can do it now here too. And just say like, if I was going to interview the founder of a commercial real estate firm, what are the top 5 questions I should ask him about how he does his business in order to create a great blog post? And I'm using Whisper AI there to just dictate all of this in there. But I can just ask ChatGPT and it's going to say, okay, what's their origin story? What inspired you to start the firm? What philosophy guides the way you do business? How do you build trust with clients and ensure you're creating long-term value than just closing one deal and moving on?